guys.
I'm Alexandra.
I'm Brad the dad.
I'm Nellie the mommy.
And I'm Bradford.
We're back again with our weekly updates and want to know how your week has been. I know a few of you have answered me, and most of you are saying you're doing school at home, you're happy for the family time. So I want to ask you guys how your week has been. Alexandra, I see some flour there, and I know you've been making stuff.
Today, or this whole week was pretty nice because I made a lot of food. I made sushi for the first time, and
Yum yum.
it was
good.
Our family is vegetarian, so we didn't put any sorts of meat or like crab in it, but it was still really good.
It was.
We're gonna show you it later too in this video. So yeah, that was pretty nice. And then also, by the time this is up, this would have already have happened. But my best friend Jayla, it's her birthday tomorrow, and I'm super excited because
Hi Jayla, happy birthday.
Hey Jayla, happy birthday belated.
I'm pretty sure she's not watching this.
Okay,
But
I'll make sure she watches
Yeah, we'll
it.
make sure.
Yeah.
But so I'm gonna be doing something for her birthday. I can't really throw a big party or whatever because of the coronavirus. But what I'm gonna do, I asked her mom, and I'm going to drop off donuts, and then I've been saving up money, so I'm gonna give her an Amazon gift card from my money.
All right.
So I'm excited.
I'll let you talk about my week now. That's all right. So on Sunday, I thought I would do something good and go out and get some sunlight, some fresh air, which is very good during this coronavirus time, right? So I was outside there at the garden, weeding and a bunch of weeds, and then lo and behold, after about 30 minutes, what did I see? My biggest phobia is against snakes. So, oh man, I saw this baby snake, and I always have learned that a baby snake gives all of its venom all at once instead of a bigger adult snake, which gives a little bit at a time. So I was like, oh, I gotta be careful here.
Now,
So
was it poisonous?
that's why I wasn't for sure. So
yeah.
so I asked Bradford. I said, hey Bradford. He came outside. He was playing basketball or something like that. And I said, hey Bradford, hey, bring me the hoe. So he first brought like the shovel. I said, no, give me the hoe. So he brought the hoe, and then the shovel would have done it too, but. I used the hoe and I just cut the head off. But I said, hey, you want me to do it? I said, I'll take care of it anyway. So I just got the head off, but I took pictures beforehand and I sent it to a friend of mine, and my friend's son knows all about snakes, and so he was going to tell
Hi,
me.
Nick.
This is for Nicholas Cook. My friend is
Pretty
David.
sure he's not watching either.
Well, I'll make sure he watches.
But in any case, so he confirmed that this was not a venomous snake. But hey, I prefer dead snake rather than one that's living.
Yeah.
In any case. So something else that happened interesting this week was over the last few weeks we've been running dangerously low on a certain item in our house because every time we go to try to find something, we cannot find it. And you may not know what it is yet, but I'm about to tell you. And so, and then I had a friend later this week, yesterday, that he came and brought me some of this item, this very, very special item, which has become a commodity, right? So I was like, okay, so what do you think this is? And then also, Nellie, I think you found some of this in the grocery store. So what is this? We're talking about, toilet paper!
Yes!
So finally we got some toilet paper.
We don't have to be creative anymore.
Yeah, no more paper towel. Oops, TMI. Anyway, how about your week, Nellie?
Well, I'll come later. How about you, Bradford?
So my week was good. Last Sabbath we had a Zoom call and with the kids on for Sabbath school. It was live. It was pretty fun. I think it went pretty well for the first time.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, we had like 26 kids. It was pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it this Saturday.
It was fun.
Yeah, it was. So my week.
Oh, can I say something else?
Go ahead.
This is kind of silly, but
Yeah.
some of the kids may think this is kind of funny. So the kids all have these cringe-worthy things they like to say. Sometimes they say these things like, Dad, Mom, do you know what this is? Do you know what that is? I'm like, yeah. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I heard of that like when I was your age. And sometimes these new sayings or whatever, I say, hey, I'll give you one. And so I told them about this little game called Street Fighter 2, video game. I remember playing when I was a kid their age, and it was on, I don't know, Nintendo or whatever. And there was this one character that sounded like he was saying something, even though perhaps he was saying something in a different language. So Ryu was this character, and he would always say this when he gives an uppercut, "Oh, you can!" And so now the kids, Alexander and Bradford, have been giving their best renditions of "Oh, you can" around the house.
Is it like some Japanese word or like Korean word, or is it "Oh, you can"? I think it's like "you can" or something like that.
Yeah,
I
so,
like that oucan.com.
Yeah. Maybe you can tell us in the comments if you know more about this. "Oh, you can" or not.
That voice crack.
So sometimes the kids, when we ask them to do some things, they come up with this funny thing, and then they're like, "Well, that's not cool." Or if sometimes they say to me now, I'll just say, "Oh, you can." And it's kind of a nice comeback. Anyway, go for it.
That's
Heather.
fun. So anyway, so my thing isn't that interesting anymore after "Oh, you can." So anyway, so I went walking on Sunday. I thought, okay, Sunday I don't have to go to work. Let me walk quite a bit today. Instead of 3 miles, maybe I'll do 4 miles. So I kept walking, and I saw in my Strava, okay, it's 4 something. Maybe I can do 6 miles, double up from 3 to 6. So I keep walking, and the day was beautiful. I started my walk early, so I'm like, all right, let me keep walking. So then I did like maybe 7, 8 miles. I thought maybe I'll just do 9 miles. So I called the house and I said, "Alexandra, would you come join me? I'm just gonna do 1 more mile and then I'll be done." So she gets out and she's all ready. She's like, "All right, Mommy, let's keep walking. I just got here. Maybe you should just do a few more miles." I said, "I knew you would say that." But so anyway, so we start walking, and guess what? I ended up walking like 13.54 miles.
A new record.
Yeah. So I was happy because it was half marathon. I've never walked that much before. I felt like Forrest Gump. I just kept walking and walking. Our whole neighborhood kept looking. Wasn't she walking just now? I was walking all morning and afternoon. So anyway, of course, the next day I can't move. I'm like walking. Our whole neighborhood kept looking. Wasn't she walking just now? I was walking all morning and afternoon. So anyway, of course, the next day I can't move. I'm like hurting everywhere. I'm like, why did I do this to myself? Why did I walk so much? But during that walk, I saw a lot of nice things. Of course, tulips, flowering trees. One of the things I saw was a turtle, and you can see this picture now. And so it was a nice little turtle sitting under a tree, and I was walking very close to him, and his eyes were closed. I just came close to look at him, and his head was sticking out. And he was looking out, I'm like, "Aw, you're meditating. How cool." And I wanted to come even closer. I'm like, "No, let me keep walking."
You mean hibernating or meditating?
He looked like he was meditating. It was beautiful, yeah.
He was awake.
Yeah, he was. Well, so anyway, he was out of the water,
They don't
obviously. So anyway, and I walked and I came back. I wanted to look at him closely again, but he was gone. So later I shared this picture on Facebook, and a whole bunch of my friends were just saying how that's a really rude or mean, dangerous turtle. It was a common snapping turtle. So I started, actually this video I saw, who was it you showed?
It's this guy named Brave Wilderness. He's on YouTube. You guys can check him out. He's a very cool person.
Okay. So yeah, so in that video, and I saw, and also I was just researching that the head, first of all, it's called snapping turtles because it does make snapping sound. They snap. Their shell is not big enough for the body, and then the shells, the way it's positioned, so sometimes for it to move, it kind of has to snap. So when the turtle is in the water, it's very comfortable. It's just swimming, having a good time, and even if you're swimming there, it won't bother you because it feels great. When it comes on land, that's when it gets more defensive, irritated and ferocious. That's when if a person, like if I came close to the turtle and, "Hey, you're meditating," it would have been angry at me. So bottom line, if you try to have an interaction with the turtle, that's when they get upset. Then the head comes out. Let's say this is the body, they can be anywhere from like up to 18 inches, long they can be. And the turtle I saw was, more than a foot. It was big. So anyway, so the head can come out all the way to its hind legs and bite you. Like if you go at the back, it can come and bite you. And
it's very fast.
Very fast, exactly.
Very quick.
And they don't have any teeth, but the beak is just strong. It can just bite off your finger through the bone. So it's pretty dangerous, So anyway, so I'm like, man, I didn't know we have this dangerous creature here because I see them all everywhere in our neighborhood. Come to find out, they are a lot because we have ponds all around us, and it's found in Canada all the way down, and you can look at this map I have there, all the way down to Florida. It extends to the Rockies. So anyway, so that was my story with the turtle, and I found out more. Guess what do they eat?
Lettuce. Other animals.
Yeah, lettuce, other animals. So you're right.
Fingers. They eat fingers.
They're omnivores, yes.
Omnivores.
Yeah. How long do you think they live?
16 years.
No, long.
100.
Longer.
100.
I think
80.
40.
Yeah,
No.
40. The common turtles are anywhere like from 30 to 70, but the alligator turtles,
Like to 100.
they live up to 100 years. Yeah.
You may have noticed while Mommy has been speaking, Millie the mom has been speaking, that the kids have been doing their little TikTok thing. So maybe you can give us a TikTok rendition of "Oh, you can,"
Oh no.
and then share it with Alexandra and Bradford, and then they'll show their dad.
All right, let's all do to the all you can, and we'll be right back. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right, bye guys. It's from the Bible. It's in the book of Acts. It's towards the end of your Bible.
What
Yes.
is that?
Acts 4:32 to 37. It's in that Bible passage.
So why is the book called Acts? Real quickly, it's because it's the acts of the Holy Spirit in the early Christian church after Jesus ascended back to heaven.
I'll be right back. Continue.
All right, so in the book of Acts, the story is about the disciples, and I like it because the disciples were so organized in this. Sometimes maybe you want to be organized if you have to write a paper, prepare for a speech, or things like that.
Yep.
So here what was happening, the disciples were talking about Jesus. A lot of people were believing in Jesus, becoming Christians. But in the meantime, there were some bad religious leaders. They were persecuting all these new Christians. In fact, some of the people, families, were just scared of their, loved ones who was becoming Christian. They were just throwing them out of their home. Just, no, don't stay here, and you're going to get us into trouble. A lot of these people were losing their jobs. So Peter, like, man, what can we do? We have a lot of people amongst us with no money. All right, are you listening?
Yes.
All right. They said we have a lot of people with no money, no food, we gotta help. So all the disciples started a fund where they all started putting money, and from that fund they started helping each other. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I was thinking, how does that apply to us right now during this quarantine?
On this idea, so there was a group in Antioch. These were new believers that came from non-Jewish background. I was going to go ahead and take care of that.
1 minute.
So these people from Antioch at first were not accepted because they came from non-Jewish backgrounds. But later on, these were the first people that sent money to help the Jewish Christians in Judea.
So how do you think we can help people during this quarantine? A lot of people, they're just stuck at home. You're thinking about your own food, own toilet paper, and water, and you can't get out because even in our counties, right? I mean, it says you got to stay home unless you're...
I know.
Yes, go ahead.
So originally, I think our mom went to go get toilet paper early morning, but before that, my dad's coworker came to our house and gave us some toilet paper. So if there's anybody in need of something that's kind of like rare,
Crucial right now.
yeah, right now, then you can go to their house, or if you don't want to do that, you can just, next time you see them, you can give it to them. You can go out of your way to do something, because we also we cooked some food for a nice family and we brought it to their house too, just to give them a break. So yeah, you can take stuff to people's doors.
Yeah, how about FaceTiming some people? There are a lot of people who are lonely right now, and we can be calling them, FaceTiming them, and
Yes.
I think that's pretty
Especially people that may be more alone, let's say maybe elderly people, and a little bit more concerned about this coronavirus. Just give them a call, and if they have FaceTime or some kind of video chat that you can do, that's really ideal to lift their spirits.
All right. So guys, we're going to be back. We're going to see what Alexandra does. I think she has something else she's going to show you.
Huh?
Bye.
What?
Oh,